Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another MakerPipe live stream. We're celebrating Christmas a little early. As you can see, I've got the Santa hat making its appearance for the third time. I've been looking for every excuse possible to wear the Santa hat for some reason.
Get your money's worth.
Yeah, I got this at Dollar Tree as a last-second idea for the video a couple weeks ago, and I've definitely got my money's worth out of it. I love wearing it for some reason. But anyway, it's good to be back for another live stream. It's a Wednesday night live stream. We got a fun one planned tonight, and I am joined by the one and only Dave.
Jake, when I first met him, would always tout his love for the holidays. He's like, love for Christmas and the holidays. So he's in his element. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. So good to be here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm the guy that plays Christmas music like October 1st, looking for any excuse to play it. Sometimes on the dog days of summer, I'll play a couple of Christmas songs to cheer up. But anyway, to celebrate Christmas and the holiday season, we're going to do a holiday-themed build this evening. And I want to show you guys kind of where I pulled inspiration from. So we're building a tabletop Christmas tree. As you can see, I've already done a little bit of preparation here. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. It's going to be kind of a large Christmas tree, but I've already done a little bit of preparation.
Yeah, how'd you get the idea?
So in the community, we've had quite a few holiday decorations. We just did a roundup of holiday decorations this past week, so if you're interested, check that out if you're interested. But Bruce shared this Christmas tree among other people in the community that have shared Christmas trees. I really like this one because it's a smaller scale. A lot of them were huge for the yard, but this one's kind of a smaller indoor one, and we're going even smaller than this. But this is kind of where I pulled the inspiration from for this build.
Nice.
Yeah, he did a great job with it. It's like a 2-tiered design. He did a full circle bend down here, and then went up to the second tier, kind of used T-connectors at an angle, went up to it, and made this great Christmas tree. And he did what's called a pixel blaze, and it's a device that allows you to program lights, and made this really epic LED Christmas tree. So that's kind of what inspired the build for this evening, and especially with the full circle bend, because I never in my life have bent conduit. I got to practice a lot more, but seeing his build, I was inspired to do we also saw somebody do a full size, huge, ginormous Christmas tree with a full circle bend, but seeing his really inspired me to bend and try to bend a full circle. So this was the result of that. It was a full circle bend. I think it came out okay. It's not the perfect circle, as you can see, but I just used the handheld conduit bender and kind of, just bent it. And I actually...
Well, I mean, you're going to have to give a little bit more detail than that, than you just did it.
Well,
because that's no easy feat, for sure.
For sure. And I found this. Shout out to David McGuffin, this Homesteady blog. This is what I followed to do the full circle bend. So...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so basically you just figure out the diameter you want and then multiply that, the circumference. Wait, no.
Diameter.
To gauge the diameter. Okay, yeah, plan out the circle by using a tape measure to gauge the diameter. Multiply that by pi to get the circumference, and then you just divide that by either 20 or 40, depending on how big the circumference is going to be. And then you just use the handheld bender, and you just go 10 degrees every time and go just down those 20 or 40 marks and go 10 degrees until you just get all the way around.
But what are you calculating? Like how many bends to do or how many degrees to do?
Well, I mean, 20 times 10 is not going to be 360. So, to get that, well, the reason that they said that in this was because to count for a spring back. And when it was all said and done, when I got to the end and I wasn't really that close, I just kind of freeballed it and just went back down the line. And I should have took some pictures before I covered it in shrink wrap. But basically, there's just 20 marks all the way around, and I would just move it to the bender into the head of the bender, and then just bend it a little bit, and then go to the next one, and basically just go around the circle that way.
Okay.
And then once I got to the end and saw where I needed to make adjustments, like you can kind of see where it's not as circular at this part. That's because I went back after it was all said and done and bent this a good amount so it would kind of meet. There's a little bit of a gap here.
Well, I think you did an excellent job for your first bend.
Yeah, I was
Way to go.
surprised at how it came out, and I'm happy with how it came out, and I'm excited that we get to use it for this build tonight.
Right on. We got thanks everybody for participating in the poll. Wanted to know gauge your level of holiday decorations. Are you guys like really into decorations, or take it or leave it? Nobody was bah humbug, which is cool.
Nice.
And then everybody's kind of into it if they have time, but mostly positive. So
I've always wanted to do like a full on like house decoration, and I'm actually in an apartment now, but when I was in my house last year, I for some reason didn't do it. I think I was just too busy, but
Maker Pipe Shop next season.
yeah, we'll do a McDonald's style
McDonald's
drive
style?
through. Yeah, did you in the community? Oh, I gotta show this if you haven't seen it. In the community, we had.
Oh yeah, the lights attached to the McDonald's.
Yeah, maybe at a McDonald's near you. You might need to take a trip to your local McDonald's.
Did we find out, because we talked about this and where it was?
I think it was somewhere.
Didn't you just pass it?
No,
No.
I don't think so. I want to say
'Cause
Rhode Island, maybe.
It'd be great to go visit it. Oh, Rhode Island.
I think so. All right, here it is. So Nicholas, shout out to Nicholas. So they've been doing this light show together for 3 years, 3 different ideas, and they just keep building off and get better and better. And they said they're only using Maker Pipe and Conduit from now on, and they're going to just keep building on there. But they have a 25-foot span, and they basically built this over the drive-through. It's a full-on light show, and they shared
Oh,
this
gosh.
amazing video. It's like a 5-minute video. They've got so many songs queued up. But maybe at your local McDonald's, you might need to take a trip, and you might be able to see a holiday light show while you're waiting for your McChickens. And it's so epic.
Or if you don't like McDonald's, just go to the light show.
Yeah, just drive through, tell them Jake and Dave sent you.
We need to know where this is.
I'm pretty sure it's Rhode Island, but I have to look.
Yeah, we got to get in touch. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah. Great job with the... Oh, wait, maybe I can... Because I think they go... Yeah, here you go. This is kind of all the way underneath it. They did the full framework. I would imagine it's staked into the ground, and then they've got the
hope
lights
so.
everywhere. Yeah. Hopefully staked into the ground and secured very strongly to the side of the building. But yeah.
File this one away in the I never thought it would happen. Or like I could never even fathom such a thing, that there was a Maker Pipe light show at a McDonald's drive-through. Like that's just...
Just imagine if you were like just driving through McDonald's just normally, and you just like look out the window like, wait a second, is that Conduit and Maker Pipe?
That would be... I'm looking forward to that day. I'm hoping that day happens.
I think it will.
Where like I'm not expecting Maker Pipe, and I randomly happen upon a use of it.
Right.
It hasn't happened yet in the 5 years, but maybe one day.
I think so. I think it'll be mainstream, and everybody will be doing stuff, and we'll see it. That'll be fun. But basically, I've got this full circle, which is going to be the base of the Christmas tree. I've got a single 5-way connector, and it's basically sending pipes to the circle. Then I'm going to use T connectors to connect the base on all 4 of the pipes. And then I've got a tall vertical pipe that's going to go all the way up and, yeah, all the way straight up. Then at the top of this long pipe, I did a tube insert, a threaded pipe insert inside of the end, and then threaded this. What are these? This is called I-hook? Is it I-hook?
I-hook, yeah.
It's a 3/8/16 I-hook that is... Here, oops, sorry. Let's see. It's a 3/8/16 I-hook just threaded into the end of this tall middle piece. So basically, I'm going to connect this tall pipe in the middle of the 4-way, then secure everything with the T's on the outside, and then we're going to run the lights from the outer ring through this I-hook, and then just kind of run lights all the way around it. And that's how we're going to make the Christmas tree.
Which makes me think that, like, do you even need to bend the circle?
No.
Right? Like, could you just maybe run, 45s off or even just, not do the circle thing? Because that's the hardest.
Oh, for sure. And it's funny that you say that. I actually wasn't proud enough of the circle to use it. And so I just had this without the circle. And then JT came in and was like, oh, no, you got to use the circle. And then he gave me a pep talk.
JT's shop team lead.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to JT. He gave me encouragement to use the circle, or the full circle conduit. So that's actually how I ended up here. But definitely you could just go off of this. And I thought of just like branching off with T's all the way up or 45s. But then, I was thinking about Bruce's Christmas tree. And I was like, I don't know. I really want to try that.
Yeah. And when I envisioned a conduit Christmas tree, I always saw like individual branches made out of conduit. But, if you're stringing lights in that pattern,
right,
then and especially if the lights are off, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I actually pre-built it earlier and lit it up, so I'm excited to show you guys what it looks like all lit up.
And everything's wrapped in black.
Yep,
shrink wrap.
I did this pipe in too much.
Yeah, because if you just did, I mean, it'd be a lot more Well, no, because if you did just 45s that angle back to create the base, I guess it wouldn't be totally the right dimensions.
Yeah, I spent a good 20-30 minutes trying to design it because I was just really trying to figure out the best way to do it if I couldn't do the circle, because I didn't think I was going to be able to bend the circle because I'd never bent anything before, let alone the circle. So,
Well, it came out good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Just going around. The best thing to do with the 5-way is just to go around and tighten each bolt little by little as you work your way around. And earlier I did the T's first and then the 4-way in the middle, but I think it's easier to do the 4-way for 5. I keep saying 4-way, but it's 5-way.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of like putting the connector on the center pipe, whatever it may be, if it's a 90 and then attaching the terminating pipes.
Right. Okay, I think we're good there. Yep. And part of my circle's a little wobbly, but it's okay. Because that was, I think, the most challenging part of it was the very end, because as you can imagine, when you get to the end of the handle of the cutter,
the
bender, yeah. So imagine like this is the handle of the bender. Like I had it in this plane here with this pipe. So that was the hardest part, was keeping that like straight.
Oh yeah.
And lining that plane up.
Right. It gets in its own way.
Mm-hmm. But turned out okay. I'll keep practicing it, then we'll make a video on how to make a full circle bend. Cause I looked and I didn't see a video on YouTube. It's funny when you search full circle EMT conduit bend, the MakerPipe Monday episode comes up where you talked about it.
Where I talked about the tutorial. I guess that was last Christmas because we had somebody that was doing it for holiday decorations, and we linked to their tutorial.
Yeah, they did like a full on build. They did a giant tree. But I think the strategy, and what I almost tried before deciding to go with this circle, is if you don't know, you can buy bins already, like 90-degree bins that have already been done in the electrical aisle, and they're very small. But I thought taking 4 of those and then using the 3/4 inch couplings from the hardware store and connecting 4 of those together, then you can make a base just like this. But I don't know what the length of those are.
Right. Well, I mean, all you really have to do is have a place to attach the lights going down to the base.
Right.
So, yeah,
and I got 20-foot lights, which I'll show you guys in a minute. It took me a minute to find lights, because I went to Marshall's first. I think it's Marshall's, the craft store. and they didn't really have. I was surprised they didn't have any there.
Come on.
I looked everywhere in there.
Hard to find lights
I looked
at this point?
Oh, yeah. Week before Christmas?
Yeah. I mean, granted, you've probably put up your decorate. No, I mean, people are still decorating.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
I don't know. Whenever I went to Target, because it's right next to Michael's, and there was slim pickings when I got there.
Valentine's decorations already?
That's funny.
They just
start throwing stuff out. They already have Christmas 2022 stuff out. The worst part of this is because the circle isn't perfect, doing 4 even pipes out of this isn't the easiest thing. I should have left this one on because I think this is the worst one, because this is kind of where the circle comes to a point here. Or not, it's supposed to just even out and come to a flat, not a flat point, but you know what I'm trying to say. But it seems like it's working okay. And then I'll just tighten it and squish it a little bit. It'll be okay. I was looking for black lights.
black lights,
They didn't really have any.
like black light Christmas lights.
Well, like the lights were, multicolor, but like black string. Because I got green because that's all they had. But
Oh,
as you'll see, it looks kind of odd. That pipe's not going to be just right in there.
did you get them so they could be battery powered?
No, I looked for some.
Because
But-
Kelly asked you
She did.
so that we could like put it out by the driveway.
Right.
But we talked about that, and she was saying, yeah, that's kind of a tall order. We'd probably send them on a wild goose chase.
I was just happy to find what I did. And Christmas lights are expensive. Now, granted, I was surprised they had like 12 multifunctions, which I'll be happy to show you when we get there. But yeah, they were kind of expensive. I was kind of surprised. Well,
We've got Javier in the chat. Hey, Javier, thanks for stopping by.
hello. Good evening. All right. One more tea, but it's
The
not.
chat is dead.
Oh, come on. Where is everybody? Where's Warren at? I'm surprised Warren isn't here yet. Although it is the holiday time, everybody's probably traveling and that kind of stuff. Oh, I think the pipe's okay. Yeah, but as you can see, that's not a perfect X. It's focusing on this top point, but maybe I can get it to...
You've got the side camera too.
Yeah, let me switch it up. I mean, from that angle, it looks perfect. And it is perfect from that. We'll just keep it at that angle all the time. But doesn't have to be...
Okay. So I think a lot of DIYers have this, especially if you're a little bit more towards the perfectionist side.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you always see flaws in your own build, right? Like everybody does that. But at the end of the day, like I looked at that and I thought, hey, that is a great job. And I bet, it's just funny how you judge your own builds differently.
Especially in a live setting, too, because I'm just like analyzing everything. Oh, we got Pascal. Said we're all quiet today. Or decorating. Bacon cookies. Yeah, if you're in the chat, I'd love to know what your Christmas Eve tradition is. Do you watch movies and cuddle up on the couch? Do you bake cookies? What's your favorite kind of cookie? Maybe that's too many questions all at once.
Well, no, I mean, we're looking for something to talk about in the chat.
What's your Christmas tradition, Christmas Eve tradition?
Well, I mean, I've got really fond memories of driving around with my parents on Christmas Eve looking at holiday decorations.
Nice. Oops, wrong direction.
And like going to see, there was this one street a few towns over that always did it up. I mean, it was probably not by today's standards because things have gotten like just out of control in a good way, But yeah, I always remember doing that, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. How about you?
Well, now that I live on my own, I don't really have any that. But when I was a kid, we would always, bake cookies the night before, go to bed early, to get ready for Santa to come. But yeah, it was just baking cookies and just kind of hanging out. Nice. I always enjoyed a nice the fireplace. Fond memories of that, and some maybe some s'mores. But yeah, just the usual, the kind of what you would imagine, Christmas or cookies and that kind of thing. Oh, you got to leave carrots out too for the reindeer. We always did that anyway. Okay, well, here's the base of the Christmas tree. Like I said, 5-way connector in the middle, pipe going up, and then there's T connectors on the outer ring connecting the 4 pipes.
Also, could be useful if you need a open up a water valve, a large industrial water valve. That might work as well.
Or if you're looking to make a chariot, you need to restore the wheels on your chariot or horse and buggy. You can also do that. Also, even though it's a little wobbly.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll see it in the community. It'll be like, oh, I need to restore the wheel on my horse and buggy.
Purchase wheels? No.
No.
Let me bend them. That would have been great for the trebuchet build.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. It looks like a steering wheel.
All right, Warren's here.
Like a bus steering wheel. Like we're going.
Hey, Warren.
We're driving.
Happy holidays. Sorry, go ahead. Yes, bus.
Sorry. I was making a bad joke. Anyway. Hey, there's Warren. Hello, Warren. How are you this evening? Happy holidays. Okay. Got the base, and I'm just going to string lights to it. So let me grab this box. These are the lights I went with because I didn't have much selection. These are Philips brand, indoor, outdoor. There's 20 feet of lights, which will be perfect. And, there's 16 motion effects. I didn't even notice that. I just was happy to get anything. And I just bought these because they were multicolored, which is what I was after. They had a lot of, like, the white lights, or you could buy blue or green or red individuals. But anyway, 16 motion effects. I've already taken them out of the box. So now we just got to wrap this around. Now it's not going to focus up here, and I need it to. Come on. Okay. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Christmas Story.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, that's become such an awesome movie.
Yeah.
And like, I say that, but yeah, I think so. I think it is. How about you?
I mean, kind of cliche, but the Elf movie with Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
My dad's favorite is what's that Christmas movie? It's not. Oh yeah, It's a Wonderful Life.
Right.
My dad loves that movie.
Yeah, that's a much different time. I mean, that's so classic, right?
Right.
And I feel like that's a good split. If you have like the real classics,
right,
and you keep those going, and then you have some new ones mixed in.
Yeah. National Lampoons is another one my dad likes a lot.
The Christmas Story. Have you ever seen the summer version of A Christmas Story?
No, I don't even know if I've ever seen The Christmas Story.
Really?
Is it? You talking about the one with Scrooge?
Am I thinking of the wrong one? No, the one with the kid. You'll shoot your eye out in the. Hold on.
Oh, I totally don't know.
I might be. Oh no, I got it. Yeah, A Christmas Story, the major award. You might not have seen it. Anyway, for those who have seen A Christmas Story, it's narrated, right? Like, and it has this guy that narrates the whole thing, and
oh, yeah.
But There's a summer version that many people haven't seen. I ask all the time. I'm like, have you seen the summer version? And it's called Ollie Hop Noodles Haven of Bliss.
What?
And it's the same guy and the same narrator. I think a different cast a little bit, but they go on instead of Christmas, they go on a summer vacation, to the lake, and like there's everything going on. So Ollie Hop Noodles Haven of Bliss.
Wow, that is quite the name.
Yeah, I'm going deep there.
Yeah,
But if you like A Christmas Story, I guarantee in the summer you'll like that.
That's your like mid-tier or mid-year tradition to get you tide you over till Christmas.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that movie's so good that you need one for every season for sure.
Nice. I'm using zip ties to secure these. It looks like a mess, but if you can hang up Christmas lights and not have a mess of Christmas lights at the beginning, then I applaud you, because that's just the way it goes.
Have you seen those signs around town that like are we hang Christmas lights and a phone number?
Yes.
Like they'll hang your Christmas lights for you. That struck me as odd.
Hey, it's interesting. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, all kinds of different services.
We have Mariana in the chat. Hello, Mariana. Good to have you here. VOIFYI. I'm not sure what that means. Do you know what that is? Is that a Christmas movie? Maybe short for a Christmas movie or something?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. Hannah said hello. Hello, Hannah. Good to have you. All right, so we've got our first string of lights here. So as you can see, it just kind of goes down at a triangle. I promise it looks good when it's all lit up. I think it looks good now, but it gets better when it's all lit up, as most Christmas trees do. So I want to see how I did this earlier. I didn't think 20 feet was going to be enough, because originally I was going to do five of these runs, and that's 5 feet there. But it actually, when I did it earlier, it looked good. So we've got Evan in the chat. Yo, what's up? Love your product. Saved me so much money. Oh, that's great. Good to have you in the chat. Glad you enjoyed your build. What did you build? We'd love to know what your project was. All right, so I got to go around one more time.
I do really enjoy hearing that when somebody saves a bunch of money.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, because you get what you're after. You've got this project you've been wanting to make, but you didn't know exactly how to do it yourself, but you didn't want to pay for the expensive version. And who doesn't love saving money, right? And not only do you get the thing you were after, but then save money in the process. It's so great. All right. So now I got to go back through. I noticed a lot of people, when they do decorations and share them in the community, we've seen a ton of LED strips. And I think it's because you can easily program them and like sync them to other lights. But we're just going classic Christmas lights here. I was looking at Marshall's and Target for a star to put on top, but I couldn't really find one.
A star for the... Yeah, that would have been cool.
Imagine if it had a stud on it and just thread it into the threaded pipe insert.
Nice.
It'd be like a Conduit Christmas. It made a 20 by 100 greenhouse and many more. Oh, that's awesome. We'd love to see that. If you wanted to share it in the community, or share it with us through social media or email or something, it'd be awesome to see. That sounds like a big project. That's a big greenhouse. Grow beds. Nice. All right, so that's that side. So now I need to go here. You like hot chocolate? Are you a big hot chocolate person? I know you like coffee.
I live on coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like hot chocolate. Sure.
You know who has the best hot chocolate?
The intersection of coffee and hot chocolate is a good place to be.
Yeah.
You know what this hot chocolate needs to make it even better?
Coffee.
Coffee.
That's funny. You know who has the best hot chocolate, though?
Who has the best hot chocolate? Swiss Miss?
No. I'm talking like fast food restaurant.
Hershey's? Who's got the best hot chocolate?
McDonald's. Hands down. If you haven't had McDonald's hot chocolate, then you can't argue with me. You've got to go try it. I'm telling you. It is the best hot chocolate ever. And also, if you liked flavored hot chocolate, Dunkin' Donuts has Oreo hot chocolate. That is also very good. But as far as like straight up just best tasting hot chocolate goes, you got to go to McDonald's, hands down. And if you're there
I'm
and you
sensing
see
this theme. Did you get a sponsorship you didn't tell me about? All 14 people watching this live stream are going to...
Today's episode is brought to you by McDonald's. You can have it your way. Oh, wait, no, that's Burger King.
Oh, you just lost that sponsorship.
I just breached my contract
Oh, man.
immediately. Well, sorry. But you should get McDonald's hot chocolate. It is amazing. And then you look out your window and you may see Conduit drive-through lights while you're drinking your hot chocolate. Warren asked if bent the Conduit or if it's bent in pieces. Actually, in most of the guides I saw, they did say to bend it in pieces, but this is one full piece of Conduit. Starts there and ends... Oops, you can't see that. Starts there and ends here. It's one long piece. It was 52 inches, I think, and bent into a 34-inch circumference. Or, no, that's not circumference. Diameter. Wait. Oh, radius is half, and then a full one is diameter. It's been a minute since I've been in geometry. Wait, is that geometry?
That geometry class that you didn't have in high school.
I know.
I think you're really missing that. You know, they could have prepared you for the job world, your future career.
Which is funny because Miss Robinson, my high school math teacher, was one of the few teachers who I felt was preparing us for the real world.
Miss Robinson, what happened? Where was the...
She probably taught it, and it's probably my fault. I guarantee you it's something that I just didn't do or pay attention to. I'm not gonna put the blame on Miss Robinson.
What were we talking about? Like triangle? Yeah, I think
we were talking about the 135.
Okay.
And how we could make different shapes with the 135. And I was like, oh, you can just combine it with this and this, and you're like, oh, that's not how triangles work. Like, oh, well, my bad.
And now you know.
Now I know. This is actually going much better than it did earlier when I made this. I shouldn't have said that because now it's not going to have enough to reach the end.
I mean, you got to be close, right?
Yeah, this is the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Are you guys working on any new parts? Evan asked. We are, actually. We've got one that's very exciting. We've got actually quite a few on the horizon. You know, we released the Pro T connector about a month ago.
That's the 1-inch EMT connector.
Yep, that's the 1-inch version of the standard T, it's 1-inch EMT T connector. And we're working on the rest of those. You know, we want to do every standard connector. We want to make a 1-inch version of it. So we've got those on the horizon.
It's really exciting because we have 4 new connectors in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were working on them today.
Yeah.
Doing test pressing and working through all the kinks. So 4 new ones coming. Spring's gonna, really next couple months, you guys are gonna see them, I think.
Yeah, that's great. I almost brought the prototype of the one we were looking at earlier that I was most excited about, but I didn't grab it.
Yeah, that one's gonna be super helpful.
Be on the lookout. We'll probably do a sneak peek live stream of that one. When it comes time. Very soon. All right, this is the final zip tie. And it actually worked out perfect this time.
Evan says he's looking for the 1-inch. Yeah, and 3 out of 4 of these are 1-inch I mean, we're just doing the normal connectors in 1 inch. So that's 3 of the 4. But there's also one that's a new 3/4 inch that we're working on too. And if you're looking for 1 inch, I'd like to hear if you have any other requirements or any other connectors that you guys would like to see for 1 inch. I'd really like to hear about it.
Nice. Okay. You can't see my face because it's a little bit blurry. But Dave, would you mind killing the 2 lights that are in front of me?
Sure.
I didn't
give me 1 second.
I didn't grab the remote. All right. Are you guys? I need a drum roll in the chat, or just out loud where you're at.
Which ones?
The 2 main ones. We're gonna go dark here for a second. Okay. Now it's extremely dark. And I'm going to back up, and I'm going to turn the lights on. Actually, you want to go handheld with that one? Just get more of the tree in there for the full effect. All right, 1 second. We're going to got to unveil the tree. This is like Rockefeller Center tree unveiling. All right, let me switch. Okay. Drum roll. Oh, Warren gave me a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Ooh, and this is part of the 16 functions. This is the one that like starts with each color starts dim and then it gets brighter and then switches to the other one. We've got they're all dim and they get brighter. And then they switch between green, red, blue, and orange and purple. We've got just the multicolor of all of them. Oh, wait, no, they're switching back and forth. That's interesting. This one's like fade in, fade out. Wow. Well, that's it. That's the, wait, what? Okay. Oh, now you can get the overhead shot. You can kind of see the triangle of everything. Of course, it kind of looks like a mess of wires from overhead, but that's it. And it's awesome. Now I can't wait to put this somehow on. It's kind of large. It's supposed to be just a tabletop, like a desk ornament, but it's kind of large for that. So maybe just going to put it in the floor at the shop. But that is the build for this evening. And I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. We had a great time as always. I don't think we're going to be live next week. Maybe. Stay tuned. We might be live next week. It might be just me, but we're looking into it. But anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. If I don't see you again live, then happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody. Thanks everybody for watching and hanging out with us. As always, we love having you here and love chatting with you. Thanks everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you.